Ever pondered the connection between ancient Stoic philosophy and the modern American values of freedom and democracy? Stoicism, a school of philosophy born in the bustling markets of ancient Greece, has shaped minds and societies for over 2 millennia. Stoicism's core tenets of self-control, resilience, and acceptance of reality have not only survived but thrived, resonating across time and cultures. The story of Stoicism begins with Zeno of Citium, a merchant-turned-philosopher who taught his students in the painted colonnades of Athens, known as the Stoa Poikile, hence the term Stoicism. Stoics like Zeno, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius believed in living in harmony with nature, accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, and understanding that we control our reactions, not the events themselves. Now let's pivot across the Atlantic and fast-forward a few centuries to a new nation, the United States of America, a land that was built on the values of freedom and democracy. The Founding Fathers intended to create a society where the individual was free to pursue happiness and where the power resided with the people. These notions of freedom and democracy, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, are enshrined in the country's sacred documents and deeply embedded in the American psyche. But where do Stoicism and American values intersect? It lies in the shared principles of resilience, self-control, and acceptance. Resilience is the backbone of the American dream, the belief that anyone can rise above their circumstances. Self-control, the understanding that we are the masters of our reactions, is mirrored in the American emphasis on individual freedom. Acceptance, the understanding that we cannot control everything, is reflected in the democratic process itself, where we accept the will of the majority. This intersection, this fusion of ancient philosophy and modern values, is not a coincidence. As we dive deeper, we'll discover how Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, has subtly shaped the bedrock of American values. How did Stoicism find its way into the hearts and minds of America's founding fathers? This is a question that reveals a fascinating facet of the American Revolution, a period marked by a fervor for freedom, equality, and democracy. Our journey takes us back to the late 18th century, where we find George Washington, a man of formidable character and the first president of the United States. Washington was introduced to Stoic philosophy at a young age, specifically the writings of Seneca, a renowned Roman Stoic philosopher. Seneca's words, with their emphasis on virtue, self-control, and acceptance of fate, greatly impacted Washington. His commitment to these principles was apparent in his personal life as well as in his leadership during the Revolutionary War and his presidency. Washington's stoic demeanor, his resilience in the face of adversity, and his commitment to duty were all testament to the profound influence of Stoicism on his life. Then there was Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson was deeply influenced by the Stoic philosophy of Epictetus, another prominent Roman Stoic philosopher. Epictetus's teachings, which emphasized the importance of reason, personal freedom, and acceptance of life's ups and downs, resonated with Jefferson's own beliefs. Jefferson's writings, including the Declaration of Independence, reflected these Stoic principles. His emphasis on the pursuit of happiness as an inalienable right echoes the Stoic belief in the pursuit of virtue for a fulfilled life. Stoicism, with its focus on virtue, reason, and acceptance of life's impermanence, found a natural ally in the Founding Fathers. These leaders, tasked with creating a new nation, drew upon Stoic principles to shape their vision of a democratic society. The Stoic emphasis on individual freedom, civic responsibility, and the pursuit of virtue became cornerstones of the American Constitution, influencing the fundamental values of freedom and democracy. The spirit of Stoicism, embedded in the minds of the Founding Fathers, began to permeate the very fabric of the emerging nation. And it continues to resonate in the American ethos even today, underscoring the enduring relevance of this ancient philosophy. As America evolved, how did Stoicism continue to shape its values and perceptions of freedom and democracy? As we journey through the annals of American history, we can trace the indelible influence of Stoicism, like a golden thread weaving through the tapestry of time. From the Civil War to the Great Depression and onto the Civil Rights Movement, this Stoic thread remained unbroken, its principles becoming a beacon of resilience, acceptance, and the pursuit of virtue. Let's cast our minds back to the Civil War, a period of profound division and strife. Amid the cacophony of cannons and the cries of the wounded, Stoicism taught the virtue of endurance. It was a call to stand firm in the face of adversity, to shoulder burdens with stoic resolve, and to strive for unity and freedom, even in the darkest of hours. Fast forward to the Great Depression, a time that tested the mettle of the American spirit. As jobs evaporated and poverty spread like wildfire, the Stoic principle of acceptance became a crucial lifeline. Stoicism counseled that while we may not control the circumstances that befall us, we can always control our response. And so the American people learned to weather the storm, to adapt and endure, their spirit unbroken, their hope undimmed. Finally, we arrive at the Civil Rights Movement, a pivotal chapter in the American narrative. Here, the Stoic pursuit of virtue took center stage. As the nation wrestled with profound questions of justice and equality, Stoicism reminded us of our shared humanity, urging us to strive for a society where every individual is free to live with dignity and respect. Through the trials and triumphs of history, Stoicism has consistently echoed within the American spirit. Its principles have shaped our understanding of freedom and democracy, teaching us resilience in adversity, acceptance in hardship, and the pursuit of virtue in all things. Even as America evolved, Stoicism remained a steady compass, guiding us towards a more enlightened, more compassionate, and more democratic future. In our modern world, where does Stoicism stand in the American perception of freedom and civic engagement? As we navigate the currents of the 21st century, we see that Stoicism continues to leave its indelible mark on American values. The Stoic emphasis on individual responsibility and acceptance of reality finds a harmonious echo in the American ethos of personal freedom and civic duty. In an era defined by rapid change and uncertainty, the Stoic call to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot resonates deeply. This aligns with the American belief in the power of the individual, the freedom to forge one's path, and the responsibility to contribute to society. The Stoic principles of resilience, acceptance, and virtue have found their way into the heart of the American democratic system and continue to shape our understanding of freedom. Even today, the echoes of Stoic philosophy can be heard, reinforcing the American values of freedom and democracy.
Thank you for watching this content. If you enjoyed the video, I invite you to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future content.